What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Now, I'm just playing around with this wood turning station here, adding a few bits and bobs to it. I've screwed on a 2x4 here, drilled some holes in it just to hold the chisels. I've added a shelf to the bench, and I've also added a work light over it, which I've just have temporary into the plug here, into the socket on the wall. I will put a dedicated switch, drop a conduit and do that later on, but for now, that's good enough. So I'm just trying to upgrade this wood turning station. I've turned another bowl which turned out quite well. Here it is here. I've already done a little video on my first wood turning bowls. I'll leave a link up here if you want to check that out. But yeah, this one turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. The camera will focus on it there. Yeah, so I'm getting the kind of hang of it. Also made first little box here. The camera will focus on that. There we go. So yeah, that's the first little box I've turned. Again, just a piece of scrap maple that I had. And a nice little seal, and it goes together quite nicely. So one good thing about owning a lathe is you can take a bunch of scrap wood, stick it on the lathe and turn it into quite nice little things, little projects like that. So it's a lot of fun. But as I'm discovering, this is a whole other hobby in itself, and it's a whole other profession, and the tools you need for it are quite extensive if you want to get into it, and there's certainly a large cost involved. So I need some way of sharpening my chisels. Now I've hand sharpened my parting tools and my skew chisel. You can hand sharpen them on just the systems I have for my planes. That's no problem, but the gouges are a little bit more difficult to sharpen. So what do you guys use? What do you guys recommend for sharpening? As cost effective as possible, I'm looking for. And yeah, so I'm just going to add a little workstation here out of some scrap plywood that I have. I'm trying to use up every bit of offcut I have in the shop just to get this thing to a way that it's going to work for me. So I'm going to build something here now, 2 shelves and a conduit bar in it to hang all this sandpaper off. And the tool holder that's on the back of this lathe, it's not great. It's at the back of the lathe. You're reaching over the lathe to get at the tools. So I'm going to put them all up there in front of me. So yeah, it's just a little update video on what I'm doing in the shop. I'm just messing around with this. So we'll shoot the breeze and build a little tool holder. Let's do it. Right, workbench is a total mess here, but I'm busy sorting out the shop and just playing around. And so I want to get all this stuff. I've got some calipers and dividers and stuff I want to hang up on the back there. These live ends, I think they're called, and the centers are live center and your main center. I'm still trying to get the terminology right. So I want to put these into the shelf as well. I want to buy a number 2 Morse taper chuck to put up there as well. It's Morse taper, not Morris taper, as I have been saying, as one of you guys has informed me in the comments. I do read all the comments and I enjoy learning from you guys as much as I can share some information with you. So yeah, if you see me doing anything wrong or if there's something I need to know, make sure and comment and let me know, because every day, as my grandfather used to say, you walk out your front door, you will meet somebody who can tell you something you don't know. So you guys know a heap of stuff that I don't know, so please don't be afraid to share it in the comments below. So yeah, I want to get all these little Allen keys and knockout bars and a chuck key for the chuck up on the wall. Also, I'm just going to use a piece of offcut of electrical conduit that I have here, steel conduit. That will make a perfect sandpaper holder. I forgot the word for paper there. But yeah, I have some scrap plywood here, so yeah, we'll probably stick these to the wall, cut these down, even them up a small bit on the chop saw there. I have another little bit of a thing that we can use for a shelf. I have another bit on the floor there. Maybe we might use 2 of these for 2 shelves, step them like that maybe, and yeah, something like that. It's going to be unbelievably simple, unbelievably cheap, and we're going to do it out of scrap wood. Let's rock on and do it. Okay, here is my brilliant design. Again, it's the scrap wood tool holder. So this piece is the piece I had on the floor. That will do for our backing board. We'll mount our 2 angle pieces to that, and these will be our 2 shelves offset, so we can leave long stuff hang through the back shelf and keep the shorter stuff on the front shelf. And then we can put our sandpaper holder somewhere here, and we can hang them all off that. So yeah, this is going to be very, very simple. I'll chop all this stuff to size now and we'll screw it together. Let's do it. Right, I just marked the centre of both my shelves. My top shelf is going to take my biggest stuff, so I'm going to drill all these out with a 28mm hole. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll stop there. So we'll have 8 things, different chucks and stuff we can stick in the top. And then we'll drill a series of smaller holes just for the smaller bits and bobs in here. And this bench, or this shelf, we can add to and take away from according as we need it. So I'm not going to explain too much about this. We're just throwing this together quickly. Let's go to the driller or the drill press and drill these out. Okay, now I want to drill out the hole from my conduit, so I'm just going to use a 22mm bit to drill out for a 20mm conduit. That'll make it nice and new so I can just pull the bar in and out. Again, I'm not being super accurate, I'm just guessing all this and eyeballing everything up, and we'll just drill straight through the 2 of these pieces and we should be good. Bit is just clogging up. We don't want to start a fire. Let's clean that out. Voila. Okay, now it's time to assemble this masterpiece, and it's just going to be glue and screw. I've got some of this Gorilla wood glue. I haven't used Gorilla glue. I've used some Gorilla products, but I haven't used their wood glue yet. So yeah, that's the same nozzle I noticed as the Titebond. It's an identical nozzle to the Titebond nozzle. So yeah, it's not too bad. The Titebond one works quite well. So yeah, we'll check this out. Yeah, glue and screw. That'll be our backing piece. Just like that. Again, we're not making anything too pretty here. This is just going to be very, very simple. Actually, I was keeping them on the inside, I believe, wasn't I? Better not mess that up now. Yes, I was. Okay. So they're going to stay to the inside. Let's get some glue on it. Well, it's as runny as Titebond anyway, so it's very spreadable. It's a bit rough and ready, but it'll do. Okay, that sticks out way too far. I don't want to be hitting my head off this thing. It's meant to make life easier, not harder. So let's rethink this and chop this back a bit and see what that looks like. Yeah, that's better. That should allow me to work there pretty easy. And I suppose we'll at least keep it level anyway, for shame's sake. Let's not be very rough. Alright guys, there we go. That is my wood turning station as it currently exists. Just a little tool holder up on top for a bit of sandpaper. It's a bit rough and ready. It's more rough than ready, but you know, sometimes it's good to use up the scrap wood and it doesn't cost us anything, and literally 20 minutes to put it together. A few screws and a bit of glue and a few cuts, drill a few holes. Bob's your uncle. Nice and handy. So yeah, that's about it. That's as far as I'm getting on this. I just wanted to share what I was doing in the workshop with you today. No really big projects today, but a few coming up in the next month or two, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, just wanted to get your advice on sharpening the chisels. Again, what do you guys use? What do you recommend? Do you use a grinder? Do you use a belt grinder? What do you use? What do you think about carbide cutters? Do you use them? Have any experience with the carbide cutters? They seem like they scrape more than they cut, but some people seem to swear by them. And the fact that you don't have to sharpen them, you can just change the bits, although there is a cost in changing the bits. But there is also a big cost in buying a good quality sharpener with all the jigs and everything for sharpening the various gouges. So that's something I have to consider as well. So your advice on that would be appreciated. So yeah, guys, there you go. Just a tool holder screwed and lashed together. And just wanted to share again what I was doing in the shop today. So comments and questions below, and I shall see you in the next video. Take it easy.